Good morning, ma'am. Today, I am going to present and evaluate the language learning material that I made, which is a module and English 9 Quarter 4 Module 1, Relevance of One's Idea. As you can see, I have a what I need to know here in this part. So as a student, it is important to know the author's purpose in writing the story. It matters because in understanding, we do not only focus on why the author wrote it but also how it was written, which tone us into what we should know at the end of the text. This module contains compositions that will help you understand better the ways on how to judge the relevance and worth of ideas, soundness of authors, reasoning, and effectiveness of the text. In charting the course of your journey in this module, you are expected to first, judge the relevance and worth of ideas, soundness of authors, reasoning, and the effectiveness of their presentation. Second, determine the relevance and worth of ideas presented in the text. After what I need to know, it is also followed by what I know. So in this part, I provide here an activity 1, pre-test. It's only 5 items. So in this part, the students will be able to use their stock knowledge or prior knowledge about the topic, and they can use their metacognition here where they can think properly and analyze comprehensively what they read. So after that, we have also the what's in. In this part, I also provide an activity 2, which is all about analyzing the content. So in this part, it is expected that the students should scrutinize the statements below so that they can answer the questions that follows. After what's in, it is followed by what's new. So in this part, I provide a summary of the story about death of salesman. So the students should read comprehensively this story so that they can answer the activities that follow. So I have here an activity 3. It's about digging the text. So I have provided here 3 questions that the student should answer. After what's new, we have here what is it. So in this part, our all curiosity will be cured. So just like this, there is a question on the top. What is reading? So in below the question, it have a definitions or explanations about reading. Next is the importance of reading. It also written below. The text relevance, it is also having its definitions and determining importance. After that, it follows what's more. I provide here an activity 4. Explain it. So the students will give their own insights about the Wallace say, you can't eat the orange and throw the peel away. A man is not a piece of fruit. So the students will construct their own knowledge or their own ideas about what Wallace say. Next is we have in this part what I have learned. So in this part, the students will contextualize what they learned about the topic, relevance of one's idea. So they will just share what they learned about the topic. After what I have learned, it is followed by what I can do. So I provide here an activity 7. Share your thoughts. The directions, complete the writing prompt below by providing relevant or related ideas. A rubric is provided to guide you in accomplishing the task. So here is the rubric. So it composed of 5 points, 3 points, and 1 point. After what I can do, we have here an assessment. So this assessment is only 10 items. The directions, choose the letter of the correct answer. Write your answers on the space provided before each number. After the assessment, we have here the reference where I get the different informations or the activities that I provide in the module. So as you can see, we have here a book and online sources. These all are accessible. And now, this is the time to evaluate the learning material that I made, which is the module about the topic relevance of one's idea. So instead of layout and design, the material includes a detailed overview of the functions, structures, and vocabulary that will be taught in each unit. It's a check. The layout and design are appropriate and clear. It's a check. The material is clearly structured and sequenced. It's a check. Adequate review sections and exercises are included. It's a check. The learners can see easily what they have to do. It's a check. The materials provide sufficient opportunities for independent study. It's a check. In terms of activities, the material includes sufficient activities and tasks which are interestingly in themselves and not just language production activities. It's a check. The activities incorporate individual, pair, and group work. It's a check. The activities promote creative, original, and independent responses. It's a check. The activities promote conducive to the internalization of the newly introduced language. It's a check. The activities can be modified or supplemented easily. It's a check. So in terms of language skills, there is sufficient range of engaging level-appropriate reading material. It's a check. There is a sufficient material for spoken English incorporating activities that can be personalized and are interesting to young learners. It's a check. Writing activities are suitable in terms of difficulty, interest, and amount of guidance. It's a check. So in terms of language content, the language used in the material is sufficiently authentic. It's a check. The language used is at the right level for the student's English ability. It's a check. The language functions exemplify English that the students will be interested in and likely to use. It's a check. In terms of topic content, the topics of the material are realistic and likely to appeal to young learners based on the curriculum guide in English. It's a check. The topics are relevant and encourage learners to express themselves. It's a check. The topics encourage independent thinking and active learning. It's a check. In terms of teachability and flexibility, the material is suitable for mixed ability classes and classes of different sizes. It's a check. The material provides adequate opportunities for learner assessment. It's a check. The material provides opportunity to localize and personalize activities. It's a check. The material caters for different preferred learning styles. It's a check. And the last one, in terms of assessment, the material provides adequate opportunities for learner assessment. It's a check. And the tests are valid and contain relevant, meaningful language. It's a check. And that's all for today. Thank you for listening and God bless us all.